irrigating. Today is one of those days I just feel like I've got a bunch of little things that I need to do. I've got some big projects on the horizon here, but I'm getting behind on sort of the day-to-day stuff. In fact, we're to the point now where it seems like everywhere I look around here, I see a little something that needs to get done. So today we're gonna do it. That's what's going on today on Farmertylerranch. First job this morning is the never-ending job this time of year, and that is irrigating. It's honestly, it's not my favorite job, but probably one of the most important things that I'll do today, because without water, there is no grass, and without grass, there is no cows. Well, Rivet, every time I look out here, he's following somebody. Next stop, steer pasture. Well, good timing. We just rolled in here to the steer pasture, and the boys couldn't be in a better spot to move them. Well, it's looking like we got two geysers out there, and this is bad because not only, obviously, those sprinklers aren't working where the geysers are, but it lowers the pressure on the entire line, and then the rest of the sprinklers on the line don't shoot out as far. So it's critical that we get this fixed, and really the only way to do it is to start the next set of sprinklers so that these all turn off. Then we can go back and fix those. Well, I just switched over to the new set, and we've got another geyser, so I might be out here for a while fixing sprinklers. Well, there's the first culprit. Now the challenge is finding the sprinkler head. I don't know how these things grow legs and walk away, but they sure do. Let's see. Oh, there it is. That wasn't too bad. It looked like the other one was just right across from it. So, shouldn't have to walk too far. Bingo! Oh, look. Sprinkler head right there. Ugh. Got it. All right, now we'll deal with this one. Wrap this guy up. Should be good. Whenever I have a video where I'm fixing sprinklers out here, I get a lot of suggestions about things that I can do to prevent the sprinklers from becoming broken. And what a lot of people say that I should do is to put metal cages up around the sprinklers. And the reason that I don't do that is because you'd have to have a pretty substantial cage to prevent the steers from being able to break it. Like if you just put like a wire tomato cage or something like that around the sprinkler, they would just fold that over. I don't believe they're breaking the sprinklers because they're tripping on them or stepping on them. I believe that they break them because they scratch their chins on them. It's kind of difficult for us to notice this, but animals are very careful about where they step. So the notion that they just continuously are stepping on these or bumping into them, I just don't think that's the case. I think they scratch their chins on them, or they rub their face on them, or whatever they're doing, and that's what ends up breaking the sprinklers off. To put some kind of a metal cage around the sprinkler that would prevent that would be costly. It'd have to be pretty strong, and we've got like hundreds of sprinklers out here. I don't know how many there are, but there's a lot. So the cost of doing something like that just kind of makes it not a realistic solution. The time to do it also is a factor. While it is annoying to have to fix sprinklers all the time, it, you know, relatively speaking, it is a lot less time than doing cages or something like that. I mean, it's really easy to just say, oh, but put a cage around it. But then when you actually think about what it actually does take to do that, it starts sounding like not such a great idea. With all that being said, I do appreciate your guys' ideas and suggestions, because I know that people are trying to help. It's coming from a good place. But if you were wondering why I'm not really doing anything about the sprinkler issue out here, that's why. Well, boys, what do you think? Is everything good out here? Any complaints? Before we leave, we gotta get this gate shut and get their water set up. That's pretty important this time of year. And, you know, all times of year. Well, I guess none of them want to be on camera today. They're a little shy. All right, so we got the steers moved into their new field. We got sprinklers fixed in the field that they were just in. We've got the water set up in their new field, so they should be all ready to go. So I can head back to the ranch, but the plan for today has changed a little bit, and I'll tell you why. While I was on my way driving out here, I got a phone call from my friend Adam. He's the one that I bought the bulk wheat from last year to feed the pigs. Well, they are starting to cut that same wheat field again, and I'm gonna buy another load of wheat from Adam. So when we get home, I need to get the trailer hooked up, get the bins loaded up, and we need to head over there and get our pig feed for the year. So the plan here is to get the tractor, which we just did, and then we're gonna run back to the house, unload the tractor, load the bins onto the trailer, go out to the field, get the bins loaded with wheat, bring the loaded bins back to the house where the tractor will be waiting to unload, and then I can put the tractor back on the trailer and take the tractor back home. And if you're thinking, man, that's a lot of running around and moving things around just to get this done, you're right. All right, I think we're ready to go. Well, we made it over here to the wheat field, and you know, I guess the pig feed doesn't get much fresher than this. He's harvesting it right now. Looks like he's getting close to a load, so when he's full, I imagine he'll come over here and load us up. All right, well, it sure don't take them long to fill these up, and the driver hit these bins perfect. He didn't barely spill any on the ground, which is very difficult for those guys to do because usually everything is set up to fill semi-trucks or bank out wagons, which are quite a bit taller. So with me being so low to the ground, they've got to account for a lot of different things that normally they don't have to. So he did a great job. Let's creep this thing home. We're back home now, and the big question on my mind is, will the tractor lift this up? Because these are pretty full, wheat's pretty heavy. All we can do is give it a try. So if it can't, you're probably wondering, well, what do you do then? Well, if it can't do it, then what I'll have to do is like bucket some wheat out of this bin into the next bin, get that one off, and then kind of do that in sequence until we get them all off. So it's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world either. That's not good. I guess I need to go find a bucket. Let's try. We got a little bit moved over. I don't know exactly how much it was, but it seemed like the tractor was like just about ready to do it. So hopefully I don't have to transfer too much, but let's knock on wood and give it a try. Well, we got it off. It wasn't pretty, but we made it work. But I'm thinking about this, and I'm not doing this the smart way, am I? Because now I gotta bucket that into this one, and then I gotta bucket it into that one, and then once it gets into the front one, what do I do with it then? So I think the thing to do here is I need to go find a 55-gallon drum somewhere, and I'm just gonna bucket that into the drum, and then it'll lighten this one up. I might even have to take some more out of these front two, but hopefully I can fit enough in a 55-gallon drum to lighten these up enough to where I can move them. I put every bit of lifting power this tractor had onto these forks today, and they held up fine. Doesn't look like anything has bent, cracked, or otherwise broke. So for now, I think we'll let these chickens work on the spilled wheat, and we'll move on to the next thing. Well, this evening is pasture move day, and not only will they be getting a new pasture, but they'll also get to practice going through this fly sprayer. I've been having a tougher time than I expected training the cows to walk through this fly sprayer, but we are gaining on them, and I think in another week or so they won't think twice about it. But some of them are still balking at it, so we shall see how this goes. miss me? Well, all the cows went through there pretty much no problem. It looks like the only one that got tripped up is our little surprise baby. So I'm gonna try to walk down here because Mother is up here calling for her. If I can get around on the right side, hopefully we can get her going the right way. That's the way to do it. Okay. You can do it. You can do it. Oh my goodness. Look at that. You made it. They ought to continue to filter out down there and find the pasture that I actually want them to be in. They really got hung up in this one for some reason, but I see they're starting to make their way now. So I gotta change some valves, get the water set to run tonight in the field that they were just in, and so goes another day. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.